Relative humidity in the home. Well, during the winter, the relative humidity inside the home can drop to an extremely low value, and the inhabitants are usually unaware of it. When cold polar air is brought indoor and heated, its relative humidity decreases dramatically. So the relative humidity of the heated air drops significantly. A value lower than the 8%, what we would normally experience in the desert during the hottest time of the day. A very low relative humidity in a house can have an adverse effect on living things inside. So humidity, if it is a higher humidity, that is not good, uncomfortable. At the same time, in the desert or in a dry area, if the relative humidity is lower, it also has the adverse effect on the living things inside of our home. So, for example, house plants have a difficult time surviving because the moisture from their leaves and the soil evaporates rapidly. So, they usually need watering more frequently in the winter than the summer. People suffer too when the relative humidity is quite low. The rapid evaporation of the moisture from the exposed flesh causes skin to crack, dry, flake, or itch. These low humidities also irritate the mucous membranes in the nose and throat, and producing an itchy and scratchy throat. Similarly, dry nasal passage permits inhaled bacteria to incubate, causing a persistent infection. The remedy for the most of this problem is simply to increase the relative humidity inside the home. So inside the home, the relative humidity can be increased simply by heating water and allowing it to evaporate into the air, and the added water vapor raise the relative humidity to a more comfortable level. The, the modern home, we know that a humidifier installed near the furnace add moisture to the air at a rate of about 1 gallon per room per day. This air, um, with the increased water vapor, actually circulate throughout the home by a forced air heating system. In this way, all rooms get their fair share of the moisture, not just the room where the vapor is added. To lower the air moisture content as well as the temperature, many homes are air conditioned. Outside air cool as it passes through a system of cold coil located in the air conditioned unit. The cooling increases the air relative humidity and the air reaches saturation. The water vapor condenses into liquid water, which is carried away. The cooler, dehumidified air is now forced into the home. In hot region where the relative humidity is low, evaporative cooling system can be used to cool the air. This system operated by having a fan blow hot, dry outside air across pads that are saturated with water. Evaporation cools the air, which is forced into the home, bringing some relief from the hot water. Evaporative cooler, also known as swamp cooler, work the best when the relative humidity is low and the air is warm. They do not work very well in hot, muggy weather because a high relative humidity greatly reduces the rate of evaporation. Because the swamp cooler added water vapor to the air, something that is needed when the air is already uncomfortably humid. That is why swamp cooler may be found on home in Arizona but not home in Alabama. somewhere. So humidity, relative humidity, uh, we need a comfort zone, sufficient comfort zone for the relative humidity. If relative humidity is higher, we have some sort of problems. If relative humidity is lower than the comfort, then we have the problem too. So what would happen if the relative humidity level is high? So growing mold and bacteria, so infection, disease, stuffy condition, and overall we feel discomfort. Those who are living in the tropical region when the temperature is higher, and also the rainy season in the summer that I came from is actually sweaty and hot. It's unbearable condition. What would happen if the relative humidity level are low? So if relative humidity level are low, you can catch cold or infection again. Is it would be dry and your skin would be itchy, and it might damage your house wood, sidings, and paint too. So those are the disadvantages of having higher humidity and lower humidity.